故事从简单开始，逐步提升，持续下来，你会惊讶自己在不知不觉中理解更复杂的英文文章。故事开始。
I just had a dream again. Since I was young, sometimes when I dream, I know that I am dreaming. This time was the same. When I noticed it, I was alone at a dark and empty train station. The walls were grey and wet. Drips of water fell from the ceiling slowly. The floor was cold and sticky. A strange smell of damp concrete filled the air. It felt quiet and very scary. I looked around. There was no one else. No trains, no lights, just shadows. The air was thick and heavy. I could hear my own heartbeat. It was so loud in my ears that it made me nervous. Suddenly, I heard a voice from the speaker. It was a tired man's voice. It sounded weak and slow. The train is coming. If you get on this train, something very scary will happen. I did not understand what he meant. I looked down the long, empty platform. My shoes made a small echo on the floor. I felt my stomach turn. I was scared, but also a little curious. Soon, a train really came. It did not look like a normal train. The lights were dim. The train looked old and a little broken. It was more like a small train from an amusement park than a real train. There were several men and women inside. Their faces looked pale and sick. They did not smile. They did not move. They just sat quietly. Staring forward, I thought, this is a strange dream. But I also wanted to see how scary it could be. If it became too scary, I could just wake up. When I know I am dreaming, I can wake up any time. I walked carefully and got on the train. I chose the third seat from the back. The air inside was warm and wet. It smelled a little like wet clothes. I could feel the soft vibration of the train under my feet. It felt so real that I started to wonder, is this really a dream? Now departing, the speaker said. The train started to move. The wheels made a low, rolling sound. I felt scared, but also a little excited. I gripped the edge of the seat. My heart beat faster and faster. Soon, the train went into a tunnel. The lights inside the tunnel were purple and flickering. The walls were covered with cracks and shadows. It looked strange and a little scary. The air was colder now. I could hear a small dripping sound somewhere in the darkness. The tunnel looked like a haunted house from an amusement park. It reminded me of places I saw when I was a child. The walls were old and cracked. Shadows moved strangely in the flickering purple light. The air smelled damp and a little rotten. Every sound echoed, making my heart beat faster. I thought, this is just an old memory. It is not scary at all. I tried to tell myself it was only a dream, but a small part of me felt uneasy. What if something really scary happened? Then the speaker turned on again. Next is cutting a living body. Cutting a living body. I felt confused. Cutting? Like a fish? My stomach twisted. I wanted to look away, but my eyes moved on their own. Suddenly, I heard a loud scream from behind me. It was high and sharp. It made my ears hurt. I froze in my seat. I slowly turned around. At the last seat, 4 small people appeared around a man. They wore old and dirty clothes. Their eyes were dark, but they looked very serious. The man's body, it was cut into many pieces, like sliced fish. The smell of blood filled the train. It was strong and horrible. His body parts were thrown on the floor. He screamed very loudly. I wanted to cover my ears. I wanted to hide under the seat, but I could not move. I was too scared. Behind me sat a woman with long hair and a pale face. Even with all this happening, she did not move. She did not scream. It was like she could not see anything at all. I could not understand it. It made me even more scared. I felt my hands shake. I gripped the edge of my seat. My heart beat faster and faster. I thought, is this really a dream? I tried to focus and calm down. I knew I could wake up if I tried very hard. I was very scared of my own thoughts. I tried to tell myself, it is just a dream. It is not real. But my heart kept pounding. My hands were shaking. I wanted to look away, but I could not. When I looked again, the man was gone. Only dark blood and pieces of meat were left on the floor. The smell of blood made my nose sting. My stomach felt sick. The woman with long hair was still sitting there. Her face showed no feeling at all. She looked like she was asleep. It was very strange. It made the scene even scarier. Then the speaker's voice came again. Next is taking out the eyes. Taking out the eyes. 2 small people appeared. They held tools like forks and spoons. Slowly, they moved toward the woman. I wanted to close my eyes, but I could not. My body was frozen. They pulled the woman's eyes out. Her face twisted in pain. Blood sprayed everywhere. The air smelled terrible, like iron and sweat. I felt dizzy. My hands covered my mouth to stop screaming. I could not breathe well. I wanted to hide under the seat, but I was too scared to move. I kept thinking, now is the best time to wake up. I tried to focus, but my mind was shaking. Then I thought, if it goes in order, I am next. I felt my whole body freeze. My heart beat faster than ever. My mind raced. What will happen to me? Can I escape? Then the speaker said, next is grinding meat. Grinding meat. I swallowed hard. My mouth went dry. I felt a cold sweat on my neck. I wanted to close my eyes, but I had to see. I had to know what would happen next. Every muscle in my body was tense. I tried to take a deep breath. I kept telling myself, I can wake up. I can wake up. I can wake up. That was too scary. I could imagine it very clearly. My heart was beating so fast. My hands were shaking. My whole body felt heavy and tense. I tried to focus very hard. Wake up. Wake up. Please wake up. Then I heard a loud sound. Gee. Gee. A small person sat on my knees. It held a strange machine. I knew it was a tool to hurt me. The sound was loud. Strong air hit my face. I could feel it pushing me down. I kept saying in my mind, "Wake up, wake up, wake up." My legs shook. My arms trembled. I closed my eyes tightly. I tried to imagine myself in my real room. Suddenly, everything became quiet. I opened my eyes. I was awake. My body was wet with sweat. Tears ran down my face. My chest was heavy. I got out of bed and went to the kitchen. I drank a lot of water. After a while, I felt calm. I told myself, no matter how scary it was just a dream. Years passed. I became a college student and forgot about it. I was busy with classes and work. Then one night, the dream came back. Next is taking out the eyes. Next is taking out the eyes. I knew right away. Oh no, it's that dream again. I tried to wake up. Wake up, wake up. Please, wake up. But this time, it was very hard. The dream would not let me go. Next is grinding meat. Next is grinding meat. The sound came closer. Gi-yi. I shouted in my head, "Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!" Then, silence. I opened my eyes. I heard the tired voice say, "You escaped again. Next time will be the last time." I looked around my room. I was awake. I was really awake. But that voice, it was not a dream. I heard it in the real world. It made my heart race. I did not know what to do. Since then, I have not had that dream again. But if it happens next time, I am ready. In this world, my heart may stop. In that world, I will be turned into ground meat. Which one is worse? I do not know. I really do not know.
如果你喜欢今天的故事，别忘了按下赞，让我知道你喜欢这样的英文故事哦。想看更多简单又好懂的英文故事吗？快去看看我的其他影片，跟着故事慢慢变厉害。今天你学到哪个单字或句子最喜欢呢？或者你想看我下一集讲哪个故事，都可以在留言区打卡告诉我，我会看每一则留言哦。别忘了每天来打卡学英文，慢慢你会变得更厉害。